Embarrassing silence. We all know it. What's interesting is that these moments of silence are not the end, but the beginning of something new. In fact, what if silence is the one thing we need to form a meaningful connection? Embracing silence isn't about avoiding it at all costs. It's about transforming it into a bridge that allows for genuine, authentic encounters, to form meaningful and deep conversations with other people. In this journey, quality questions act as the key to unlocking the thoughts and emotions of those we are engaging with. This is how we turn silent moments into gold.
The questions of discovery are the beautiful questions, and they can never be used too much. They forge connection, they help us empathize, they help us get to know people, they help us understand why things are as they are.
Did I lose a chance for connection? Was me having these type of conversations impacting my personal relationships? What if I would ask the question, well, what was your favorite part about going to Paris? What did your family love most? It would have invited them and granted them a chance to speak to me, share more, showed I was interested. I could have built that relationship. So point one, questions create connection.
If you're on a first date, you will be far more successful if you ask somebody about themselves rather than tell them about you.
If we didn't ask each other questions, that would be kind of weird. That's like throwing a baseball with someone except only one person has the ball the entire time. You'd be like, what's going on right now? Why aren't you throwing it my way? Quality questions, same thing. You must ask them in order to form that connection. Here are 6 questions you can use to be interesting in conversations and turn those silent moments into opportunities, into gold. Now let's go over a couple rules with these questions. Number 1, anytime you ask a question, any of these 6 questions, and you feel like the other person has still given you a short answer, you have one of 2 options. You can either say, how did that make you feel? Or, tell me more. You can always tack on, how did that make you feel? Or, tell me more to any of these 6 questions, and most questions in general, to allow the other person to go a little deeper into the conversation. All right? Because sometimes people are going to give you those one-word answers. There's nothing you can do. It doesn't matter how stellar your question is. Sometimes the timing isn't right. Sometimes they're just not in the mood. Sometimes things happen. So how do we dig deeper? We either say, tell me more, or how did that make you feel? Rule number 2, it's not weird if you want to change the conversation abruptly. What's weird is if you do it and you don't give the other person a heads up that you're doing it. Make sense? So how do we change the conversation to something that we want to talk about, or using one of these 6 questions, even if it doesn't have to do with what we were just talking about? We say one of these 3 things. Off topic. Hey, totally random. Hey, by the way. Okay? So if you and I are talking, I'll be like, oh, okay, yeah. So you played tennis yesterday? Nice, that's cool. Hey, off topic. Boom. I'll ask one of the 6 questions. Or, oh, so you had dinner last night with a couple friends? That's cool. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done that as well. Yeah. Hey, by the way. Or, oh, you played soccer last night with Joey? That's cool. How's Joey doing? He's doing good? Nice. Okay, cool. Hey, totally random, but you see how I can go in any which way I want? As long as I say one of those 3, I can pivot the conversation. And that's going to make your life a lot easier, because then even if you feel like, damn, what I'm about to say has nothing to do with what we were just talking about, that's okay. That's what rule number 2 is. There are no rules. You can change the conversation. It's just about giving the other person a heads up that you are completely pivoting the convo. Okay? I just wanted to give you that 2 rule coverage so you know how to go deeper into the conversation, and also having the freedom to know that you can pivot the conversation if you want to. Okay? Here's question number 1. What is the most exciting thing that happened to you this past week? Here's why this is a good question. It's open-ended. It allows for a variety of responses. It allows for an uplifting mood because we are asking, what's the most exciting thing, right? So that means we're likely going to hear a positive answer, right? Then we're also going to be able to determine, do I have any connections with this person? What do they enjoy doing in their spare time? What happened to them this past week that they really enjoyed? By knowing that information, I'll know whether I have a connection with this person. Okay, now if they give you a short answer, oh, not much. Well, how'd that make you feel? Now they got to go deeper into how did it make them feel when they didn't have anything exciting happen to them this past week. Okay, that's question number 1. Here's question number 2. Have you read any good books lately? Or have you seen any good shows or movies lately? Okay, now I will let you determine which way you want to go with this, depending on who that person is. Maybe you know whether they like to read or whether they like to watch shows. Some of this is just a judgment call on your part, okay? But when you ask someone, have they read any good books or seen any good shows, it allows them to share their hobbies. That's why this works. See, when they share their hobbies, not only are they going to be in a better mood, it allows for you to know whether you have any common interests with them. Maybe you're reading the same books. Maybe you're watching the same shows. Maybe you're into the same actors and actresses. Maybe you're into the same authors and same type of novels. This is why this question works wonders, is because it allows you to know whether this person, romantic connection or not, is someone that you'll jive with, someone that you can hang out with in your free time. Question number 3. What's a skill you are currently trying to learn? Okay, now here's why this question is good. It allows for the other person to share what they are trying to achieve at this current time in their life. Okay, knowing that allows me to maybe learn something from them. Maybe it allows us to exchange some pieces of advice and allows me to know whether I am aligned with this human being when it comes to what they are trying to achieve and what I'm trying to achieve. A lot of times, you may be interested in something. You may be trying to learn something. Maybe you're trying to learn guitar, for example, but nobody knows. Well, if they tell you that they're also trying to learn guitar, can you imagine what kind of a feeling that's going to be for you? Like, wow, I just met someone that's also trying to learn guitar. By you knowing that, that's going to allow you to bond over that subject and also allow you to learn guitar faster because now you met someone that's also interested in the same skill that you are trying to learn. By the way, if you're enjoying this video so far, you're finding these tips and this style helpful, do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe button as well. And yeah, that just really lets me know that you're enjoying this content so I can create more content like this. And of course, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. All right, let's go to question number 4. If a crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, or your future, what would you want to know? I love this question. It's so deep. It's so magical, for lack of a better word, because it really allows you to find out what is top of mind for this other person, right? See, I could ask you, hey, what's top of mind for you? Boring. But if I say, if a crystal ball, now this person is imagining this crystal ball, and now they're wondering, what would I want it to tell me about myself? It's just such a fun, playful question. This is one that I would really encourage you to use if you really want to know deeply about somebody. Again, romantic or not, doesn't matter. It allows you to find out what is top of mind for them. Question number 5. If you could have dinner with someone, dead or alive, who would it be? You may have heard this question before, but what's great about this is I find out instantly what the other person's aspirations are, who their inspirations are, what their dreams are, who they look up to. This allows me to know whether I'm compatible with this person and their vision of success and maybe potentially what kind of life they want to create and want to live, right? So Knowing who their quote unquote mentor is, in a sense, allows me to know and allows me to create a deep connection during a period where maybe there was nothing else to talk about and we did have that moment of silence. Now all of a sudden we've gone completely 180 degrees from silence to complete depth of what someone wants to be or become in their life. Finally, question number 6. What's a common misconception in your job or field? This question allows for deep conversations not only about that person's career path, but why that job's important to them, why it matters to them, and it allows you guys to bond over this subject. This is so key given that the other person is spending a lot of time in that job. So it allows you to know what's on their mind when you are not with them. What's on their mind 5 days out of the week, right? Very good question to ask. So those are the 6 questions. Now, if you are somebody that tends to still overthink a lot in conversations, you got 100 thoughts in your mind, you're dealing with anxiety, you're overanalyzing every scenario, how they could play out, I have a free guide for you to stop overthinking, to improve your social skills, and ultimately to find a genuine partner for yourself. All right, that free guide is in the link in the description. You can get it. Otherwise, let me know if you have any other questions. Like this video if you found it helpful and valuable so I know that it's helpful for you. Finally, if you enjoyed this video but you still are dealing with some insecurities and maybe you need a little confidence boost, check out this video where I go over 8 reasons why you are very attractive. So if you're a techie, if you're socially awkward, if maybe you just need a little bit of a lift, I'm going to help you do that because I'm going to remind you why you are special as an introvert, as somebody that's maybe socially awkward. All right, check that out. Otherwise, subscribe to the channel. And thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Take it easy.